Hello everybody, it's Janet and welcome to my channel. Today I've got a pair of really cute little birthday cards made with a new release from Art Impressions called Baby Critters. In addition to the lion and the giraffe, you'll see on this set there is also a bird, an elephant, and a cute hippo. There's a few miscellaneous things as well, like the wagon full of gifts, an extra balloon, and a hanging star, along with 10 very punny, that's punny with a P, sentiments that are pretty much standard for Art Impressions. This set comes with dies, so you don't have to buy them separately, which is a nice thing. And if you're interested in this set, you can go ahead and find that link in my video description. To start this card, I'm going to use some new products that I picked up called Pixie Sparkles or Pixie Powder from Cosmic Shimmer. What you do is you wet down your cardstock and then sprinkle these powders by just tapping them onto the paper and then spraying with more water. I used Groovy Grape that you see I'm putting on now, and before I started the grape I used a color called Pale Blush, and then I'm going to add another color called Beyond Blue. And I'll spritz some water in between all of that. Now the blue really is strong and it kind of takes over, so I would just recommend you be careful with that blue because it will tend to overtake everything else. But I still was okay with this because I wanted a sky look, so the blue and the purple blend worked pretty well. So here it is all dried on the right, and this is the die I'm going to use. It's a Sunburst Die from Hero Arts. Many other companies produce a similar kind of die, so I'll put a link to one that's like it in the video description because this one came with a kit and they don't sell it separately. Alright, so I die cut the blue patterned paper that I made, and then I also die cut it out of some gold paper from Basis. And the gold paper frame I already glued onto a light yellow card base, and this frame that I'm showing you I'm going to set aside and I'll use that to make the second card. For now though, I'm going to start inlaying the blue splattered paper into the golden frame, and I'll just put some glue on the back of that. I used art glitter glue, and then I'll just wiggle that around until I feel that it has slipped into the space created by the frame die. After this was done, I did the very same process with the blue frame that you saw me set aside a few seconds ago. And I did the opposite, where I applied the blue frame to a card base and then started applying the gold colors in the inlay like I'm doing here with the blue. So at this point we're ready to start card number 1. And this is the baby lion. I colored this lion up with Copics, and I used some white jelly roll to accent a few little places on him. I'm going to snip this balloon off because the position is wrong for my card. I'm just going to move that over so that it's more to his right than above his head. I cut a circle using the circle double stitch dies from Art Impression. I'm going to put a little tiny sliver of grass there, and then I'm going to place the lion on top of that. The balloon will go next just to the right of his head, and then I'm going to cover all this with some glue and put it in the center of the card. Now the circle isn't quite wide enough to cover the entire oval in the middle, but by the time we have this all decorated up, it's not going to stand out in any way. Now I'm sure you're wondering, why is it that my balloon only has been outlined in the red? And it's because I'm going to place another colored balloon on top with foam tape, and I just needed that border there so that it wouldn't show white as you pick it up or hold it at an angle. Next I'm going to put 2 more balloons that I colored again with my Copics, and I'm going to put this first one directly on the card base, and the next one, which has a little bit of a confetti look, I also have some foam tape behind that one, and I'm going to put that on and then glue the string behind the lion's head. Next comes my sentiment. This is from the set and it's so cute. It says, "You rule." I'm going to set it to an angle and to the top left of the card, and then I have one of the birds that I colored in blue. I've got it on foam tape, including where his little party favor is on the very end. There's a tiny little piece so that it doesn't collapse or get bent. This little guy is really cute. And all he needs to finish this card are 3 little gemstone flowers. I honestly don't know where I got these little flowers, but I pulled them out occasionally and it just seemed to fit really nicely on this card. And that finishes up. Well, let's look at card number 2, which is the baby giraffe. I started this with the same size circle as before, and this time I'm going to add a little bit of vine to the background. This vine and the grass comes from a cottage cut set that I've had for a long time, and I just checked it out and they do still sell it. I'll put a link to that if you'd like. It's got trees and vines and the grass, so it's kind of a versatile little set. As you can see, I colored up the little giraffe. He's so cute the way he's sitting, I think. And I've got him at the bottom. I've got 3 balloons to add to him as well. 2 of these go directly on the card, and the middle one is set up on foam tape like the other. And again, the strings are all underneath or behind the neck of this giraffe. The next thing I'm going to do is put on my bird. Again, this one is on foam tape, including where the little powder favor is at the very end, so it stands well and doesn't get bent up. My sentiment is a little different. It says big birthday wishes in this case, and I'm going to put it right underneath where he's sitting. And then I've got a couple more of those little flower gems that I'm going to put on each side of that sentiment. Once I had all these things done, I thought he needed a little more in his background, so I took a piece of the die cut grass and cut it into 3 sections and then just tucked it in around his legs. These cards were a lot of fun to do, and with these little critters, the hardest part is going to be picking out which one you want to use. And if you don't want to choose, you can make a whole scene with these animals together. Well, this finishes up my project for you today. I hope you enjoyed it and gave you some good ideas. If you enjoyed seeing these cards, then I hope you will give me a thumbs up and comment, and please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I've included a few other videos here you might like if you enjoyed this one. Stay a little while and watch some more. Until I see you again, thank you, and I'll be back soon with another video.